In this video, I'm just going to give you another example of working with a pivot table for a different kind of variable. So this would be more for like an interval variable. Okay, so notice that I'm starting to make labels for my worksheets. I've got my data. This was what I did the gender frequency tables in. Now I'm going to use the variable in this other survey where the question was, how many countries have you traveled to? So let's do that. So we're going to, again, insert, pivot table. We're identifying the column we want to use in that window. I'm just clicking on that column. Just make sure the whole column has been identified. I'm going to ask it to go to a new worksheet. And then we're going to go there. I'm going to actually give this a name. We're going to call this countries. I'm going to put all of my output into this worksheet. So we've got this little window here, or the window's not little, but the text is window. So we are going to put the variable name into our rows and values columns. Remember, we're going to put it twice into the values window. And here's kind of what I was talking about. See how now it says sum of how many countries have you traveled to. Remember, we want that to be count. So here I am going to have to change it. There's probably some reason why it would be count sometimes and sometimes some, but I don't know why, and we can just change it pretty easily. So I'm going to change sum to count for my first and second entries there. All right. So we've got our values, which was just number of countries for this question. And we have our frequencies. And what I want in this column is the percent. So to get this, I'm going to have to change the second entry in values to percent. So I just click on the second window there, value field settings. Remember, there's these two tabs. I'm going to click on the second tab, show values as percent of column total. And that gives me the percent for each value. So that's just a different example of showing how to create a pivot table with a variable that is interval rather than the nominal variable. It's exactly the same, but you can see there's more values here. And once again, we would want to create a more APA style frequency table below the pivot table. So I would write in values values frequency and percent. And I'm going to copy this over to the frequency table that I've made. Okay, and I might call this countries here because this is really number of countries. You can give it some label. You call it countries or value or anyhow, it doesn't really matter as long as you know what these numbers are for.